Now we are on to your budget and cash flow worksheet. This worksheet says round 2, but we're in round 1. I'm going to show you how to take the information from your 5-year worksheet and put it onto your monthly cash flow worksheet. So we're going to start on the left-hand side, and we start with your 5-year income. What's our 5-year income in round 1? We can double check. I already know the number, it's 100,000, but we can double check your worksheet and it's going to show you $100,000. So we're going to put that number right here. $100,000 is our 5-year income. Now, I want you to give me your 1-year income. Well, how do we figure out what our 1-year income if our 5-year income is 100,000? We can take that 5-year number, divide by 5, and that's going to give us our 1-year number, and that's $20,000. Now, if you don't remember that formula, you can also come over here and it shows you your income without a degree is $20,000 per year. That's our number here. Now what we want to do next is we want to figure out what our monthly income is. So how many months do we have in a year? 12. So we're going to take our 1-year number, we're going to divide it by 12, and that's going to give us $1,666.67 or 66 repeating. Now, we're going to move down and we're going to do our 5-year taxes. So our 5-year taxes, where do we get this number? You guessed it, this worksheet over here. And it shows that our taxes are $15,000. So we'll put $15,000. This is our 5-year number. We paid $15,000 in taxes over 5 years. I want to know how much you paid in 1 year. So how do we figure that out? We're going to take that $15,000 number. We're going to divide by 5, and that's going to give us our 1-year number, which is $3,000. Again, just like before, we're going to take our 1-year number and we're going to break it into monthly numbers. So how many months in a year? 12 months. We're going to take our 1-year number, $3,000, divide that by 12, and that's going to give us $250 per month. Now, I want your 5-year investment earnings. Now, where do we find our investment earnings? Remember that scorecard where we invested that money and we spun the wheel and your stocks went up or they went down? We recorded that 5-year number on your 5-year budget sheet. That number is 2,500. So our 5-year number is 2,500. That's our 5-year number. I want to figure out what your 1-year number is. So we're going to take the 5-year number and divide it by 5. That's going to give us a total of $500. Does that make sense? Great. Now I want to figure out how much you made per month. So I'm going to take that 1-year number and I'm going to divide it. Yeah, you get the pattern, by 12. Why? Because we have 12 months in a year. So we're going to take 500 divided by 12, and that's going to give us $41.66 running on, or we'll say $41.67, okay? So I've given you the benefit of arrows here to help guide you while we work through this process. We've done all the math on the left-hand side. We've looked at our 5-year numbers, divided our 5-year number into a 1-year number, and our 1-year number into a monthly number. We've got the figures that we need. Now, I'm going to ask you for your monthly income. Your monthly income from employment. So, if I follow the arrow backwards, I can see that this is my monthly income. This arrow, these 3 arrows, won't be here in rounds 3, 4, and 5. So pay close attention. Our monthly income is $1,666.67. Now, we need to subtract our taxes. And how much do we have in taxes? Our monthly taxes. So let's go to taxes, 5-year, 1-year, monthly. Our monthly taxes are $250. We're going to subtract $250 for $1,666. That's going to give us a total of $1,416.67. So this is how much we have before we add our monthly investment earnings. See, it says investments, add this to your total above. So I'm going to add 4167, and that's going to give us a funny number. We're looking at 4, carry the 1, 8, 5, 4, 1. 1458.34. Let me recap. We entered our income here. Our taxes is money that we pay the government, so I subtracted it. If you're not sure what to do with your taxes, the instructions show you subtract this from your income. So we had 1666 minus 250 equals 1416 and 67 cents. We added our investments because that's money that came in, and that gave us a monthly total of 1458.34. Now we're going to move to our monthly expenses. Where are we going to find our monthly expenses? On this worksheet, we have our 5-year numbers. So these numbers are fine, but they're not monthly. We're going to find the monthly numbers here in the descriptions. So if we look at housing, our selection was $33,500. If I move just a little bit this way, I can see in the notes it says the rent is $550 a month when I chose the option of $33,000. So my housing is $550 per month. Monthly food, $7,500. That's over here. $125. Clothing is $15,000. The notes in here say it's $250. Transportation, $25,000. That's $400 a month. Auto insurance, $300 a month. We have no child expense. Our cell phone expense says it is $40 per month. So now we're going to add these up. 4 and 3 is 7, plus 250 takes us to 950, plus 550 takes us to 1,500, plus 125 takes us to 1,625, plus 40 takes us to 1,665. That's a lot of dough that we're spending. Let's double check our math. 550 plus 4 is 950, plus 3 takes us to 1,250, plus 250 takes us to 1,500, plus 125 takes us to 1,575. Oh, let's do that again. 550 plus 250 takes us to 800, plus 3 is 11, plus 4 is 15, plus 125 is 1,625, plus 40 is 1,665. There we go. So now our total monthly income is going to come down here. Whoops. Here. And that number is $1,458.34. We're going to subtract our total expenses, which is $1,665. And that's going to give us a cash flow. Let me grab my calculator. A negative cash flow of $206.66. So now what you're seeing is that based on your income and your expenses, you have a negative cash flow this month. In fact, every month in that 5-year span. And you don't want to be in this position where you don't have enough to pay all of this, because that's how people get into debt, by borrowing, using loans and credit cards. But that's okay. We're only in round 1. If you've made an investment into your education, you're going to see that income change. And if we're able to make some adjustments in your expenses, we're going to bring up our income, take our expenses down, and take this number from a negative into a positive. That's it for your monthly cash flow worksheet.